shake out your arms. We're going to do a hand and wrist release. We really usually do this with our ankles, but I was watching a Tai Chi master video and he's like, there's so many meridians and points in your wrist and hand. So, and like finding the energy out to the edge of our hand so that we have this like connection, like sea creatures finding our fluidity. But we're going to take our hand, one hand is going to grab the wrist, and you're going to kind of pull the tissue away. As you're doing that, you're going to mobilize your wrist and hand. So I'm pulling, I'm moving, getting all of that movement in the fascia. There's the interosseous membrane, which is the membrane that, well, it's a bunch of fascia that goes in between those two bones, your radius and your ulna. So I'm just encouraging the movement in that. Then I'm going to change it. Instead of pulling, I'm just going to squeeze and move my hand and move the bones. So I'm kind of squishing and squeezing, massaging in, kind of trying to get my hand in between my radius and ulna a little bit with this hand. So here's the radius and ulna are going like that. When my arm is open, they're parallel. When I do that, the radius curls over the ulna. Ulna is the one that's going to your elbow. So I'm going to get in there and give that some squishing. And I'm going to move my hand in whatever way feels good. So I have studied a lot of different types of body work, but I find that really listening to my own body gives me more information than following some kind of pathway that I've been taught. So for me right now, right here, what I feel is like there's a lot of stuff going on up here in this muscle and fascia. So I'm just going to spend more time there. It might be different for you. Yeah, maybe somewhere else. And then also there's a whole lot of stuff right in here as far as like the acupressure, acupuncture, meridian stuff, which I don't really know that much about, but it feels true to me. And when I was watching the guy's video, he's talking about that. So lots of stuff around the wrist. There's one point right in the middle, right in there. And then of course, I think we all know about this one in between the thumb and the hand. Yeah, hello. So I like to think of I'm doing something with one hand, but I'm also doing something with the receiver so that the movement is happening from the outside and the inside. Good, let's shake that out. And just feel the difference between your two hands. One hand's been doing a lot of work, and one hand's been kind of doing some work, but this arm that I've been working on feels much more free to me than this one. So we're gonna start with you're making a cuff and you're pulling and you're circling, or you can it's almost like you're putting on a glove that you really have to wriggle into. Oh yeah, lots of stuff going on in this arm. So listen to your own body. If you need to do something different than what I'm doing, by all means, do it, go for it, listen in. Then the next level is kind of trying to get between the radius and ulna, those two bones, and squish in. And I have to say, from being a pole dancer, I've gotten injured in there. I think I've torn parts of my interosseous membrane. I've had some major shit. So this type of work of me listening to my own body has really helped me heal things much more quickly, and also seeing a chiropractor. But that's just, I mean, if I could afford it, I would see a lot of different body workers. The chiropractor is the one that I can afford. So that's who I go to. All right. Yeah, this is the same for me on this side. I'm also feeling the same stuff in this big bunch of muscle and fascia on the top. So I listen into it. How do I want to move it, and how does it want to move? And it's really a conversation between both sides of my body. One side going, what does this feel like? The other side going, what does this feel like? So really tuning into sensation. And trusting that I actually have some intelligence to work with my own body, right? And then come back in at some point and get around the wrist again. Same thing. I like to do little circles. So I got a lot of body work from an amazing doctor in New York called Dr. Ting. He did Tui Na. And my God, he healed so much stuff in my body, so much soft tissue stuff. So I think, did you go to him, Linda? Yeah, Saul. Yeah, he was awesome. I recommended him to everyone. He was like 82 the last time I went to see him, which was probably a good 15 years ago. Anyway, he cleared up oh, so many injuries that I had. Anyway, so I learned how to do the stuff that he does just to myself. And then I imagine that it's him doing it to me, and I get the extra bonus of the Dr. Ting magic. I know he was thanked on so many dance company programs. Shake it all out. Do the thumb. Tuning into yourself. Hello, body. Let's work together. I had to work with myself when I was getting so many injuries. I would always get injured right before a performance. And I was like this, and it would stress me out so much. I'm making the show, I'm dancing in the show, I'm doing all this stuff, and then I'm injured. But it forced me to slow down. And so I eventually had a conversation, deep conversation with my own body saying, I want to keep performing and I want to keep dancing. I really need to not get injured. And so there's like okay, but you really have to now take more care of yourself when you're going into performance time. Like you need to take more baths. You need to get more body work. You need to do all the things so that we can keep moving forward. But it worked. It like after that, I didn't, knock on wood, I didn't continue to get injured right before a performance. So shake it out.